But the key, I want to get this point. Right here is the state capitol. Whoever gets this seat has the influence of the whole state of Arkansas. We want this to be our stronghold. We want this to be the place where we set up shop, where we can bring in moral and conservative views and values, take this country back to its foundation, where those principles, those Judeo-Christian principles are adhered to. And I believe when I am elected, no if, when I am elected, I will sit here at the state capitol as an administrative representative for the people in District 34. Not only will I do that, I will represent God. And all of my colleagues that I'm related to, my husband talked about presence power. We have a power within us that just when we come on the scene, the presence of God within us begin to impact the hearts of people and cause the conscience of people to be affected to want to do what is right. Mm-hmm. And I believe, I'll tell you a little bit about this in my closing. We're having our biggest fundraiser coming up September the 25th. Please mark your calendars. You don't want to miss this. You all want to be a part of this. It's going to be an inaugural dinner, Rockefeller Bush, not the president's Bush, somebody that most people never heard of, John E. Bush. And you check that man out. It's awesome. And I went to the Rockefeller Legacy Weekend, and they said 3 things about Mr. Rockefeller, and I relate to that. He was bold enough, courageous enough, and they said this, dumb enough to think that he could affect change. And I believe that I can affect change in District 34 for the moral and conservative views that all of you stand for. And I am so excited to know that we here in the state capitol will have a stronghold here. I like to call it a beachhead. When we moved over on Asher Avenue, we established a beachhead, and we spread it from that beachhead and took territory and conquered. And as we do that, we can affect the hearts of the people here and change their minds, educate them, to show them that it goes all the way back to Abraham Lincoln, that it was moral and conservative values that brought blacks out of slavery, and give them the desire to want to recapture that. Now, right down in here is where I'm looking for many of you to reach out and let your people know that this is a stronghold for the Republican in this area, that we can get these votes. And I'm so thankful for Secure Arkansas, so thankful to Todd for inviting me to come and share. There are a lot of issues, and I'll say this, every issue that we have in America is an expression of a people that have turned away from God. If we turn back to God, a lot of these issues, card checks, safety at the borders, economic poverty, all of these things that we are scrabbling and debating over, God will adjust them and make them right. Yes. I pray that you will consider what I've said today and look at the fact that when I'm elected, we will restore moral and conservative values. We will see families revived. We will see communities redeveloped. We will see the lives of children reclaimed. We will see God represented back into our country. And when that happens, when we say God bless America, it won't be just a slogan. It'll be a reality. God bless you, and thank you so much. Anybody have any questions? I know that some of you might have questions. Yes, sir.
The people that you talk to in your district, does the subject of illegal immigration ever come up, or have you visited with them? And if it has, what is their individual attitudes towards that sort of thing? Or is it out of sight, out of mind, or do they have a strong opinion?
Well, they don't have a real strong opinion other than the fact that they don't like. They coming into their communities, buying up their liquor stores and setting up liquor stores, and they don't like the idea that they're buying up all the hotels and all the gas stations, because that's where a lot of immigration is taking place. Well, they're not just the immigrants illegally because they're here with green cards, otherwise they couldn't do it. But no, they're not happy with that.
Do you have a primary opponent?
No, I do not have a primary opponent. Nobody would be dumb enough, bold enough, and courageous enough to try to run in this district as a Republican. So I'm in.